you've just had a panic attack. You're feeling scared and out of control, and you're also dealing with a whole lot of side effects. Physically, you may be short of breath, shaking, cold, and tired with sore, stiff muscles. Mentally and emotionally, you may feel embarrassed if anyone witnessed the attack, be it people you know or strangers. You also may feel like your body doesn't really belong to you or you're disconnected from the world. And of course, you're just generally upset. You've been through a traumatic experience. There are a couple of things that happen during the panic attack. One is that your body was flooded with adrenaline in the fight or flight response, since it was preparing you for an emergency situation, albeit one that didn't actually exist. That response depleted many of your body's resources. As for those weird feelings, one theory is that they are your mind's way of protecting you by removing you from the experience. It might be that this panic attack is a one-time occurrence, but if that isn't the case, you're going to want to deal with those after effects by giving yourself some much-needed self-care. The order in which you care for your side effects will probably be different from the order in which we're addressing them here. Obviously, you'll prioritize your self-care based on the urgency of your symptoms, which could also be different each time. We have included many links below to techniques we're covering here for further information. By the way, we're in no way suggesting that the self-care should replace assessment and care by a medical professional. Your medical situation is different from everyone else's, so you should review your plan with your doctor or therapist. Let's start with the physical side effects. You're probably still experiencing some shortness of breath, which is prolonging the tight chest and feeling of choking you might have had during the panic attack. You need to reset your breathing and try to relax. Consciously change your breathing by doing breathing exercises. And by the way, there are options other than deep breathing. Check out the links below and see what works for you. This is something you should practice on a regular basis so that it will happen almost automatically when you need it. Calm down by meditating if that works for you. We are especially fond of sound meditation, but you might prefer mindfulness meditation. Listen to something calming, preferably with earbuds or headphones that can shut all other sounds out. You might respond best to music, water sounds, or something else. You probably want to reduce the stimulation to your brain. If you can't shut yourself away in a quiet room, close your eyes and use earbuds or headphones to listen to some white or pink noise or something else that's neutral. You can also try visualization to calm and ground yourself. For instance, picture yourself floating on your back in beautiful tropical waters, or sitting by a waterfall, or in a quiet green forest, whatever you find calming and can call to mind. It helps if you have experienced that particular environment before. This is also something that takes practice to call to mind easily when you need it. You don't want to focus on the panic attack and make yourself more anxious by reliving it or worrying about it. Distract yourself with other activities. Change the activity every 20 minutes or so to keep your mind occupied. Watch something comfortable and familiar, like a movie you've seen many times, or a couple of episodes of a favorite series. Keep these downloaded onto your phone or tablet so they're there with you when you need them. If you're shaking, there are a couple of ways to handle it. Try progressive muscle relaxation, which involves tensing different muscle groups as you breathe in, and then releasing them as you breathe out. This is something you can probably do on a daily basis. After all, how often are you completely without tension? You might feel quite cold, probably from hyperventilating. If possible, take a nice warm bath. Keep a warm sweatshirt or sweater handy for those times when a bath isn't convenient. Fatigue may hit you right away, or it may take a while. The fight or flight response uses a lot of energy and leaves you drained. It's nothing to worry about in itself. If you're in a position to do so, take a brief nap, but no more than 20 minutes at a time, or you'll feel groggy, not refreshed. Drink fluids, replenish electrolytes, and eat a well-balanced meal. The drink should not contain caffeine or alcohol, and the meal should be high in fiber and low in sugar. If you can, stay away from Gatorade and similar drinks to replenish your electrolytes, as they contain too much sugar. You don't want to have that sugar crash. Instead, drink coconut water or low-fat milk. However, if you find that sports drinks replenish your electrolytes better than the alternatives, don't worry about the sugar. Your recovery routine should always contain the things that work best for you. Your muscles are very likely going to be stiff. It would be perfect if you could have a deep tissue massage, but that's probably not going to happen right away unless you have a masseuse on retainer. In the meantime, consider using a tennis ball on particularly bad muscle tension. It's cheap, portable, and effective. We've included a link below to the techniques. It might take a while for the adrenaline to leave your body. If you can, do something to speed that along. Exercise will work well. Any kind, even walking, will help. On the emotional side of the equation, it's important to talk to someone you trust. Keep in mind a list of people who you can talk to who will be understanding and helpful. You may also be experiencing depersonalization and/or derealization. Depersonalization is when you feel that you are no longer attached to your body. You may feel like you're standing outside your body and have no control over it. Derealization is feeling detached from your surroundings. Objects and people might seem distorted, unreal, or artificial. You may feel foggy or disoriented, and the landscape may look surreal or unfamiliar. To bring yourself back, use the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. Count 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. You don't have to actually touch, smell, and taste the things. Just count them. Although, if you have a furry friend to touch, that will help to comfort you as well as ground you. You can also use aromatherapy to bring you back. Mint is the most frequently used, but if you don't like mint, you can also try lemon, lemongrass, spruce, or anything else that's sharp and strong. Have a fragrant and comforting hot or cold drink. The sensation and smell can help bring the depersonalization and derealization under control and will also aid in hydration. We've put some links below to some fragrant drink recipes. You might feel embarrassed about having had the panic attack and losing control around other people. Just remember that no one is completely quote-unquote normal. Everyone has something that they're dealing with. Chances are that those people felt concern, not judgment. It might make you feel better to read some affirmations specifically for anxiety. We love the latest Kate on her Instagram, Tumblr, and Patreon accounts, and her book, You Can Do All Things, Drawings, Affirmations, and Mindfulness to Help with Anxiety and Depression. Her affirmations are calming, never sappy, and truly make you believe that you can get through a tough spot. Some people find it helpful to write in a journal. Expressing your thoughts and feelings through writing can help to work through the emotions and clear your mind. If possible, consider getting out of the environment you were in when you had the attack, just to change your surroundings. Don't decide that you're never going to be in that environment again, though. Eliminating locations and environments in which you had an attack could eventually lead to full-blown agoraphobia. Instead, work with a therapist to learn how to deal with these triggers. Also, remember that the panic attack could have been building for a while, and you might be wrong about what the trigger was. We hope that this video has been helpful. Please consider leaving your own suggestions in the comments for dealing with the aftermath of a panic attack. It could be really helpful for someone else.